winding down for the season.
All set? All right, good evening. It is Tuesday, December 5th, 6 p.m. We are at the North Brookfield Senior Center, and I call this meeting of the North Brookfield Board of Selectmen to order. If you all rise and salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. So we have approval of minutes. I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of 10/24/23. So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion?
No.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I'll entertain a motion to approve payroll warrant number 11 for $405,337.83. School warrant number 1042 for $124,028.19. General warrant number 1043 for $299,793.40. So moved.
Second.
All right, any discussion? Nope. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right. So we have an ARPA funds recommendation from the ARPA committee. This is at their meeting on Wednesday, November 29th, 2023. The ARPA committee voted to submit the following spending recommendations for your approval from the town's available ARPA funds at this time. $13,960 to fund the replacement of 2 dual temperature pumps for the library's HVAC system, including installation of the new pumps, salvage of existing pumps, and system monitoring and calibration. And 2, $1,795 to fund the replacement of 2 condensate mini pumps for the library's HVAC system and perform necessary installation and repairs. I'll entertain a motion to approve that expenditure. So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
No.
Nope. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, we don't have any old business. Oh well, we do have one other financial thing. So we have a request from the town collector for inkjet cartridges. They're $154 each, and they need 2, so it's $308. I'll entertain a motion to approve that. So,
Second.
any discussion? Nope. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, new business, appoint new fire chief. So, Joey Holloway has served this town for many years as a fire chief, as a fireman, and everything in between. He was a sergeant, I believe, on the police force way back. And because of his age, the Mass General Law states that he can no longer be a paid firefighter. So he can't be the chief any longer. So he is retiring from that. And actually, what I'd like to do first is give Joe a big round of applause. So, we don't have any paperwork in front of us. Are all the engineers here?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Joey, do you have a recommendation from the engineers for the new chief?
Yes.
Since we didn't get anything in writing, Joe, so.
Oh, okay, no, our staff, the staff that was our deputy chief, Darren Anderson, I recommend that he moves up to the chief's position, and assistant chief, third engineer, Keith Marsh will move up to the deputy's position, and then the third position will be thought about and decided between the staff and the Board of Selectmen to do in the future.
Okay, And that's a unanimous, from all the engineers? All right,
Yes.
so I will entertain a motion to make those appointments.
So moved.
Motion's been made and seconded, any discussion?
No, I think Darren is a good candidate. He's been doing a lot of training, and I know he's been under your wing for quite a few years. And I know Keith has been with you guys also, and the rest of the crew is phenomenal. I think they'll do a good job at it, and I'm sorry to see you have to go.
Thank you. All these individuals have been working with us together for a long time. They're quite familiar with all the alarm cards, they're familiar with the community, they know what the problem areas are. So, they carry enough certification to get their credentials through the state as a fire chief. We check the credentials, so they can apply for their credentialing program. That's an option that they can do. But they do have everything they need to become a Massachusetts fire chief under the credentialing program in Massachusetts, so they're well prepared.
All right.
I have one other question. Do we need to ask Darren and Keith if they want to accept the position?
Do you want the position?
Now's your chance.
Yes, I will accept the position of chief. It was unfortunate retirement.
Keith?
Okay, Keith,
Yes, I'll accept the position of the deputy chief as Darren moves on.
just trying to cover the bases, that's all.
All right, motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right,
Thank you.
thank you. All right. So, next we have, did you have something else to say? 'Cause I saw you raise your hand.
If you don't mind, yeah. I just want to thank everybody, all the agencies, Board of Selectmen, FinCom, everybody. It's been a ride. I loved every minute of it, and everybody that I work with. It's just hard to explain. You know, my whole life's been doing this with my dad and everybody, and you guys just make it all worthwhile. There's 30 individuals here that will stand behind these new guys as a family, and they always will. And I'm real proud of every single one of them, and they got good officers all around. I do want to make sure that we mention that David Martin is a captain, is also retiring. Dave, would you stand up? He's gonna retire. He's gonna have a, or were you gonna talk to him?
Well, I'm gonna talk to him next.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure we didn't forget David. But thank you very much, everybody. And thank you for letting me be fire chief in town. It's been just unbelievably wonderful experience. And thank you for getting these buildings done. 2 generations of fire chiefs, Jimmy Black, Brad Gannon. We've been trying to do this for a long time, and I'm just so proud that we got that in the mix, and that you guys are gonna help us finish that off, and it's gonna be a beautiful, beautiful setup for you guys with administrative building and trucks. That's really great accomplishment. You guys gotta finish it up. I'll be around to polish the belt. Okay? But thank you, you guys too, very much.
Thank you.
So, along those same lines, Captain Martin, he's retiring as well because of the age thing. I know he looks younger than Joe and all. But he's been an integral part of the fire department, and in particular in training, and he's gonna stay on as a volunteer, an unpaid volunteer, to assist with further training. So so with Dave's retirement and subsequent volunteerism, I'd like to give Dave a big round of applause as well. So, we have to recognize the people that serve, right? And they serve well, and they've served a long time. So, if you see them out and about, and that goes for anyone in the firefighter uniform, EMS, police, thank them for their service, please. All right. Now we have license renewals. Did you have anything else?
I could always have something else.
I know.
He's jumping at the
I'm good, no, thank you.
All right. Darren, you good?
I would just like to thank Joe again for everything that he's done for all of us, including myself. We are planning for both of them a nice retirement party in the summertime at his request, so he can play horseshoes. We'll get that notice out. Luckily, Keith and I have some great staff behind us, and even more so, great wives behind us, because without the families, we can't do this. And our wives have been nice enough to provide a celebration at the firehouse tonight after this is all done. Everybody is more than welcome to come by, get some food, hang out and talk. And just thank you again.
Thank you, Aaron. All right, so we have our license renewals for 2024. I'll entertain a motion to approve the alcohol renewals for Still Hearts, Stars and Stripes, North Brookfield Liquors, Bob's Deli, North Brookfield Sportsman's Club, American Legion Post 41, Common Ground, and North Brookfield Farms.
So moved.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded. Any discussion? Nope. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I'll entertain a motion to approve the common vic renewals for Vyram Corporation, Brookfield Orchards, North Brookfield Pizza Palace, North Brookfield Subway, Hannaford Food and Drug, Jim's Pizza, North Brookfield Liquors, Bob's Deli, American Legion Post 41, North Brookfield Sportsman's Club, Still Hearts, Stars and Stripes, North Brookfield Farms, and Common Ground Cider Works, as well as the auctioneer renewals for Dupree Metal Recycling, pool table renewals for Stars and Stripes and Still Hearts, jukebox, pinball, and video game renewals for Stars and Stripes and Still Hearts, live entertainment renewals for the Sportsman's Club, Still Hearts, and Common Ground, Class 2 renewals for Country Auto Body, Dupree Metal Recycling, Stephen M. Woods Auto Sales, and Class 3 renewals for Dupree Metal Recycling.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion? Nope. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Next we have Joanne Carey. She wants to talk about the ARPA funds.
On behalf of the people of North Brookfield, I am requesting that the Selectmen rescind $100,000 from the October 24th meeting. My reasons are that we have a great need for that money to go to water and broadband infrastructure. From the government finance officer's ARPA guiding principles, ARPA funds from the government are, quote, non-recurring, so their use should be applied to non-recurring expenditures. Investment in critical infrastructure is particularly well suited for the use of ARPA funds, end quote. $400,000 was given to the town from the federal program ARPA. However, some people want to hire a town administrator with these ARPA funds. This is a misuse of ARPA money because it's not infrastructure and is a recurrent financial commitment. The town's administrator search committee was previously allotted by Selectman Petritus in Canada 1/2 of the $400,000 of the town's ARPA money. Selectman Tripp wisely voted no. He wants the money to go to infrastructure. Not content with $200,000, half of the $400,000, the town search committee came back on 10/24 and asked for another $100,000. Again, Tripp voted no, but Selectman Petritus in Canada voted yes, making a grand total of $300,000, leaving the town with only $100,000 of the $400,000 given to the town by the federal ARPA program. An important fact to know is that small towns can share a town administrator, thereby greatly lessening the financial burden. The salary would be cut in half. We do not need a full-time administrator. The actual salary for a town manager administrator is much less than $100,000 per year, as per salary.com and ZipRecruiter, which anybody can look up. Sharing with another town would reduce the salary by half. So I am requesting on behalf of the town that the Selectmen rescind that additional $100,000 and put the restored money to good use on infrastructure. But it would serve the town even better if the advisory and search boards are disbanded and the whole $400,000 be used for infrastructure and broadband as ARPA recommends. This Friday at 7 p.m. at the elementary school, there is a special town meeting. Vote no on Article 10, which seeks to eventually appoint this town administrator, and also seeks to lessen the rights of the selectmen to remove this administrator if necessary. Also vote no on Article 5, which makes it more difficult for a citizen to recall an elected person. That's it.
Thank you for that. We'll take that under advisement. Next, we have a letter of support for the Massachusetts Broadband Institute. And I'll read that letter. This is, Dear MBI, North Brookfield submits this letter of support in conjunction with Verizon's application to the Massachusetts Broadband Institute for the Broadband Infrastructure Gap Networks Grant Program. We're pleased that Verizon plans to expand their fiber optic network and facilitate broadband for unserved and underserved residents and businesses in North Brookfield. Access to broadband is critical to full participation in a global digital economy, including working from home, connecting with loved ones, finding employment, educating children remotely, and accessing critical telehealth services. In response to these needs in North Brookfield, Verizon will deploy their fiber network to North Brookfield locations that either lack or have inadequate broadband service, with a particular focus on gateway municipalities and qualified census tract locations, consistent with the program's objectives. North Brookfield residents will benefit from an increased range of speed of service, without which can thwart economic development, educational achievement, telemedicine advancement, and other critical needs that Massachusetts prioritizes for its citizens. In order to provide broadband access to those residents that need it the most, North Brookfield supports Verizon's effort to obtain funding to further their plan to provide high-speed broadband service in our community. We view this as an opportunity to better the quality of life in these communities that are so dependent upon having a reliable, quality broadband infrastructure to keep their residents connected for years to come. So I'll entertain a motion to sign and send that letter of support.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion?
So if they put fiber into my house, does that mean I have to get rid of my dial-up for the face thing? I'm just asking.
You don't have to,
No,
I
you
can
can probably
still
keep
keep
your
it.
dial.
just don't get fiber.
Well, I might want it. But I don't want to lose my dial, just
All right. Anything?
No.
Any witty remarks like John's?
No.
All right. All in favor? Aye. All right. Public comment period. Brandon.
Yes, I'd like to just make a comment on Carrie's address here. She presumed to speak on behalf of the town. Please don't presume to speak on my behalf. You don't know what my opinion is. You're more than welcome to your opinion. I'm glad we have this open forum where we can discuss opinions, but, you know, that's just, I would like to just put that out there and say, please don't presume to speak on my behalf. Thank you.
That's very gracious of you.
All right. Anybody else? All right. We have two announcements. We have the special town meeting on Friday, December 8th at 7 p.m. And that's at the school. And the tax classification hearing will be next Tuesday, December 12th at 6 p.m. in the town offices. You have something to say?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I just want to thank everybody for coming out for Trunk or Treat. It was a great success again this year, thanks to Katie Griffin for putting it together. It's either her 8th or 9th year. Michelle Petritis for the popcorn and helping with the hot dogs. Police, Fire, and Nabima for keeping us all safe. Hannaford's for helping with the hot dogs and buns. The Santa Parade went off pretty good this past weekend. Thank you to Santa for making the trip down to North Brookfield. Thank you to Kristen DePass for putting the parade together in like a little over 2 weeks. She did a great job. I want to thank Tina, Shay, Dave, Jessica, Ernie, Sal, Danielle came up from South Carolina to help out, and my wife Mindy for her support on all my projects. We also lit the tree. We had a tree lighting ceremony, and I had one of Dan and Christy Riendo's daughters, I asked her to hit the switch, and she was excited to do that. And I think we should do that every year from now on. Have just some random child or kid going by, ask them if, I asked a couple and they were too shy to do it. But I'm not sure which daughter this was, but she was excited to do it. So I think that should be kind of a tradition to have some little kid, boy or girl, doesn't matter, do the honors of lighting the tree. And the countdown was very good. Tim from the Orchard did the countdown from his tractor, and I guess the parade was a good success. Thank you to the fire department and all the guys for the parade. On the rail trail, National Grid is doing some tree cutting to keep that power line from getting taken down by trees. So if you're out on the rail trail and you see the trucks, try to either go another way or go around them on one of the streets or whatever, just so you don't get hit by a branch or something coming down. They've done this is like the third time that they've trimmed. They have some money to do more stuff. They're gonna help out with the cemetery trees over there. So if you're walking by, just be careful, and you'll know where they are because they're in big trucks and bucket trucks. But just be aware that they're on the trail. So that was it. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Well, that concludes everything we have on the agenda, so I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Bye. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.